Okay, so there is a little construction site in the neighborhood, and but with the last glimpse of the autumn sun, I will do this video about the Ephesian. Before that, before we begin write the Ephesians, I wish to mention that Paul already contracted other scriptures, his own letters, reality, and now we have questionable authorship because Ephesians, according to modern scholars, was not written by Paul. So already we could dump this out as the title contradicts the actual authority of this letter, but just move on. So, uh, yes, uh, who were the saints? I'm not that sure about who Paul meant with saints who, because sometimes it seems he meant all Christian believer, sometimes he seems to mean the priest workers, the preachers of the evangels, uh, the good news, not the Mark, Luke, and the other two. So yes, here I will also ask some other questions, so if you can help me out, just do it in the comment section or something. Uh, yes. Now, yes. This is the part where I wish to mention, wish to discuss the biblical position of pre-ordering or free will. Free will when God comes down and messes with your brain like he did in Exodus with the Pharaoh, or with the believers in the New Covenant, and such things are very dubious. It makes a very doubtful the free will thing, but here is exactly it says in this letter that the believers of the Jesus cult were preordained right before the creation of the world. So how could you ever claim that free will is compatible with the Bible? I just don't see the possibility apart from the advertisement section that, to avoid the reasons that I'm not a Christian, so I was not pre-ordered to be a Christian, so who the fuck want to enter your cult and pay you money? But let's move on. Again, the dubious thing about Jesus being a scapegoat, that justice system is just not acceptable in modern times. Now there is the Lord of the Air, or something in English, about Satan. I heard it is referred, this verse refers in chapter 2 verse 2. No. Yeah, he claims this is a very big there are in this city there are a big amount of believers. Yep. Oh yes, there is chapter 3 verse 10. It seems to suggest that the believers here on earth has to preach, has to make known God also in the heavenly beings. What? Don't they reside with God in the heavens, so they had to know about God? So, yeah, if anyone can clear this, I would be glad to hear. And the other thing is, back in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 24, verse 24, there is that Then comes the end when Jesus, shall have delivered up the kingdom of God, even the Father. So I saw the Catholic's Bible where this even word is completely forgotten, but uh, this verse seems to suggest that God isn't the Father. What is that doesn't seem right. So this is maybe just with my grammar understanding. So if you can help me out, please do it also in the comment section here, if possible, or in the First Corinthians. Now, there is in chapter 4, verse 8 in Ephesians, is a false quotation from Psalms 68, verse 19, where receive was turned to give, what is an entirely different meaning, you know. Here it tells some things about how the resurrection thing will work, that everybody will get a new body, whether being alive yet or already dead, so you don't have to worry. Nice one. Don't argue. Fear God, because He loves you. This is ridiculous if you ask me. He mentions that Jesus was baptizing with water, but Jesus never did that. And also the style of this letter is too simple compared to Paul's other letters. It is not that straight as Paul's style. No rude words, no diplomatic sense, a mystical rambling. Yes, and just to mention those who have this Caroli version, I don't know with other prints, but I have a small format with from 2001, and there was the first printing mistake in the whole thing in chapter 5 verse 31. If you are interested, you can check if you have that too. Or this is also for those who might think that I don't pay attention to certain things and to every little details that can find in the Bible, especially in my version. Yes. Oh, you can keep slaves, and they have to obey the masters no matter what, and they also have to fear the masters. To have a Christian slave, it is a very good thing for you also, because you don't have to threaten them constantly, they will work for you. I wish to have a Christian slave, don't you? So there is also a little bit about Satan, what I will discuss in the next video, and goodbye for now.